Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I know guys, we have not been as consistent as we should have, but you know, things have been going on in our personal life that we're just trying to get some things together. And that is the reason why I am the only person in this video. You guys are like, okay, where's Art? I'll tell you guys where he's at. In today's video, I'm going to just be talking with you guys. It's going to be like a little story time of what's been going on and what has taken place over the past week. I'm not going to go into too much details about it only because of, you know, legal things going on right now. But I just kind of wanted to give like my side of what's been going on and answer some of you guys' questions. So people who know us like personally, like our family and close friends, they know what has taken place, and a lot of them have been calling and checking up on us in regards to the situation that I'm going to be telling you guys about. And a lot of them still have like kind of, you know, questions about what actually took place, how things have happened. And I haven't been able to just kind of talk about it with everyone. So, but like I said, I'm not going to go into details about everything. I'm just going to talk about like my side of things and just kind of give people a little insight into where we stand and how we are dealing with it as a family. So if you guys don't know, well, most of you probably don't know, but a week ago from today, on March 7th of last week, on Sunday, Art was involved in a bad car accident. Like I said, I can't go into the details of everything only because of like legal things, but that's one of the reasons why he's not in this video. He is recovering from the accident. He's okay, he's fine, but he's still, you know, recovering. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about what took place, and like I said, how it's affected me, how it's affected my family, and just give you guys a little insight. This is more of a personal video that I'm doing. And yeah, so just bear with me on me providing details and stuff. So March 7th, Sunday, I got a call around 4 o'clock in the morning just saying that my husband was involved in an accident. So if you guys have spouses, loved ones, obviously anyone, if you get a call saying that someone was in an accident, you know, your immediate response is going to be, are they okay? What's going on? So yeah, it was like around, I guess, 4 o'clock that morning. I was actually up doing my nails. I know, like, why am I up at 4 o'clock in the morning doing my nails? I was up. We had this whole weekend. Let me rewind back a little bit. So that weekend, last weekend, I actually planned a whole surprise weekend for my husband's birthday. His birthday was March 2nd. And so I wanted to plan like a nice special weekend for him. And so it was more of like a surprise weekend. It was a weekend full of things that he didn't really know about the weekend, you know. It was a surprise. And so we went down to Fort Lauderdale. I booked the Airbnb in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we went down there for the weekend. We had this amazing Saturday because we left Saturday morning. We went to brunch down in Delray, and then from Delray we went down to Fort Lauderdale to check into our Airbnb and stuff. And so we got checked into our Airbnb, and then we had to get ready for the first event that I had planned for him, which was a gondola ride on the waters of Fort Lauderdale. So we actually went on the gondola ride. I'll insert a little bit of footage clip here. And the gondola ride was really, really nice, guys. But let me tell you, it was crazy. Like, it was raining. It was crazy. I don't want to get into too much details about that, but it was an overall great experience. And then after that, you know, my husband, he went to go do his thing later on that night. But then, so I stayed back at the Airbnb in Fort Lauderdale while he, you know, went on and did his thing. So back to me getting the call that Sunday. So that Sunday at 4 o'clock, got the call. He was in an accident. Okay. I really didn't know what to think. I was all the way in Fort Lauderdale. The accident happened in Lake Worth, Florida. Getting a call like that, I was just like, okay, I didn't know what to think. I just was like, okay. So I ended up calling his phone. He wasn't answering. And then I ended up calling his brother, my brother-in-law. I call him because he's usually always up. Like, he's a night owl, and you know, he likes to go out and do things and hang out. So I thought he would be up at 4 a.m. He didn't answer. So I ended up calling my mom, and I told my mom what happened. And my mom, she immediately rushed to the scene. Her and my dad, they immediately rushed to the accident scene. So here I am in Fort Lauderdale, stuck in an Airbnb, and my husband was in a bad car accident, and I don't know what's going on with him. So imagine that. Yeah, imagine that. And so his brother finally called me back, and his brother, I told his brother what happened, and his brother immediately jumped up and, you know, went to the try to go to the accident scene. By that time, I was informed that he was in the hospital. And mind you, again, all of this, I'm still in Fort Lauderdale by myself in Airbnb, stuck. So my mom and them went to the hospital, and his brother went to the hospital, and then his brother told his other brothers, and so it was just like a chain reaction of people trying to go to the hospital. My brother-in-law at the time, he came all the way to Fort Lauderdale to pick me up because I didn't have any way to get to the hospital, and an Uber was like $100 something, and I was like, oh my gosh. Now granted, obviously I would have paid it because there's no price in a situation like that. You just got to get there. But my brother-in-law, he came and picked me up, and he took me to the hospital. Like I said, I am not going to go into details about everything, but let me fast forward a bit. My husband had to have emergency surgery. There was an injury that he got on his abdomen, like his small intestines, and he had to get surgery. They had to go in and, I guess, repair it or whatever. And so, yeah, he had to get surgery. You know, when you hear your spouse having to have, like, emergency surgery, you're like, well, what's going on? Like, to me, emergency surgery is, like, life-threatening or, you know. So, luckily, I was able to go see him in the trauma unit. I'm not going to mention, like, the hospitals he were at or anything like that. I'm just going to keep this very vague because, like I said, like, for certain reasons, I just don't want to go into it. But, so he had to have emergency surgery, and good thing the trauma unit, they allowed me to come back and see him before the surgery. And it was a very emotional time. You know, it was very emotional because some people take surgery very lightly, you know, but I'm a person that anything can happen during surgery. You know, a person cannot recover from it. Things can go wrong. You just don't know. And so there's so much anxiety there when someone has to go into surgery. So he went into surgery. He recovered well and everything. Well, the surgery was a success. We waited, me, my brother-in-law, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law, my other brother-in-law, like all of his family, they all came up to the hospital, and we were just waiting to see like what was gonna happen after surgery and everything. Did he have a good surgery, which he did. So we waited, like I literally spent the whole day, guys, you know, from that Saturday, 8 a.m. that Saturday on March the 6th up until all the way till about, I don't know, 6 o'clock or so that Sunday evening. I don't know. I can't even keep track, guys. I did not go to sleep. So I was up over 24 hours. I only got 15 minutes of sleep before my brother-in-law came and picked me up from the Airbnb. I slept for like 15 minutes. And so, like, I was already running off of no sleep. I think I was like in shock and the adrenaline was just rushing. Anyways, moving forward, the surgery was a success. And he had to, you know, stay in the hospital. He had to get admitted because they wanted to monitor him. So he stayed in the hospital for about 2 days. And it was, I don't know, guys. It was a difficult process because, one, like, I'm not used to not having my husband home. So that kind of bothered me, and that made me sad and stuff, that he had to be in the hospital and not have me or his family. And hospitals can be very lonely, you know, especially now in COVID times where they're not really allowing visitors and people to stay overnight and all these things like that. So just knowing that he was in there without me, or, you know, just family by his side, it saddened me. I did cry, guys. I didn't know what to think. Like, when I got that phone call, I was just like, he's dead. I can't get in touch with him. And me, I suffer from anxiety. I don't talk about it, but I do suffer from anxiety. I am actually in therapy for it. And so when situations like this happen, and I know, I'm a therapist myself. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. People are like, what? But I'm human at the end of the day, and I suffer from anxiety. And one of the things that triggers my anxiety is the thought of losing people that I love. And so I'm super, like, overprotective of my family. If, like, someone doesn't come home at a decent time, I'm stressing, I'm worrying, you know, all types of things. So I do suffer from anxiety. Actually been diagnosed with it. So, you know, getting a phone call like that, I just immediately thought the worst. I was like, okay, he's dead. I was like, I'm gonna be a widow. My son's gonna grow up without any father. Like, they're gonna, you know, I just immediately thought the worst. Like, I just was like, this is it. Like, there's nothing else to really live for. Like, this is it. Like, he's gone. It's it. Like, a bad accident. I can't get in touch with him. No, this is it. And this is all of the things that I was thinking prior to getting to the hospital, after the initial call of me knowing about him being in an accident. Hey guys, okay, so I know y'all like, what in the hell just happened? Why did the scene just change? Well, guys, it's a whole nother week later and I'm trying to finish this video. So I'm gonna just give y'all a backstory real quick. The day that I was trying to edit the video, that's when I realized that the second half of my video, the audio shut off. The battery went dead. So it was like footage of me for 20 minutes, probably less, just talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And there's no damn audio. So I was like, I have two choices. I can either say, F this video, or I can say, you know what, let me just re-record it on another day, or just at least explain the second half on another day. And so with everything that's going on in our lives, today I am recording the second half. A whole week later, it is now March 21st. So that is why the scenery has changed. I'm different, look different, because it's another day. So I'm gonna try to dive in where I left off from the last video and kind of finish explaining everything that happened with my husband. So I was last talking about, you know, everything that I was thinking about prior to getting the phone call about my husband. So fast forward to, you know, him being at the hospital and everything, and after surgery. So that Sunday on March 7th, the day of the accident, before anything happened, before the accident and everything, that Sunday I had a brunch, like breakfast brunch planned for my husband, where I invited his family, my in-laws, like my brother-in-laws and them. I invited his close friends, and it was supposed to be a surprise brunch at a restaurant in Fort Lauderdale on the water. And so because the accident happened on the day of the brunch, when the brunch was supposed to take place, obviously I had to cancel everything. And I had put in an order to have a customized cake made for him. It was like a vegan cake. And one thing my husband loved, he loved like Reese's peanut butter cup candy. So I had ordered him a round customized cake for his birthday that I was gonna bring to the brunch that Sunday. But obviously it didn't happen. So I spent a lot of money on a cake that we didn't really get to eat. Like, it was supposed to be shared amongst everyone at the breakfast brunch. So after my husband was in the hospital recovering, I decided, you know, I still want to like celebrate him. I didn't get to celebrate with him that Sunday because, you know, he just got out of surgery. You know, when you get out of surgery, you have to recover. And it was just a long day. So I decided to celebrate with him that Monday, the next day. So I went to the hospital, and to honor my husband and to make his day feel special and to just get something out of that weekend, what I did was I came home and I cut a piece of his cake, and I took the cake topper that said happy birthday. I took it out and I stuck it on the slice of cake. I'm gonna show you guys some footage right here of me celebrating him in the hospital. And I just put the topper in a little slice of cake and I just sung to him so that he could still feel like, you know, something came out of this weekend in pertaining to his birthday. Everybody was totally understanding who was coming to the brunch on what happened. They were just most concerned about Art's condition and his well-being, so we rescheduled it and everything. And that Monday while he was in the hospital, like, I was so lucky, guys, because the trauma unit, they usually, especially when you have a shared room, they usually don't let anyone come and visit. And I got lucky because my husband's roommate in the room with him actually got discharged that Monday, early that Monday. So I was able to come visit. And their policy is you only get one visitor per day. So I was super excited when he told me that I could come visit. So I immediately, you know, I was still working from home and everything, but in between that, I immediately rushed to the hospital. And I was just doing, you know, my little wifey duties, taking care of him, you know, making sure that he's eating, making sure that he's resting enough, making sure that he's getting up and walking, because the doctor said he needed to walk because of the injury to his stomach and everything that he had to walk. So I stayed with him for almost a whole day. I had made arrangements for my kids to be picked up and everything by family members. But I just stayed there, and, you know, me and my husband, we just had quality time together, and I just wanted to support him as much as possible. I was just kind of getting everything situated with the insurance and just doing little things here and there, but still, you know, showing my support to him and just being there for him. And, you know, we kind of talked about everything that took place just a little, and it was just a bittersweet moment because I think the accident made him realize some things, and we were able to kind of briefly talk about it and everything. So that was Monday. We thought he was going to get out on Monday, but the nurse said that they wanted to monitor him some more, like down in his stomach area or whatnot. And so he had to stay another day. So, you know, it was hard. You know, it was hard dealing with that, like just dealing with the fact that my husband was in the hospital. And, you know, you still have to be super mom and super wife and super employee and super friend and super sister. You still have all of these roles and obligations that you still have to fulfill, even when tragedy comes in and it hits. And so, you know, here I am being a wife, being a mom, and, you know, doing my job at work and all of these things. And, you know, I was so grateful that people reached out to me and asked me how I was doing, and they were worried about my well-being. And this specific individual, if you're watching this video, you know who you are. I thank you so much for cooking me dinner and making me food and thinking about me, because, you know, this situation was a lot to handle, on top of me having to, you know, it was like me carrying the household by myself. Okay, fast forward, because like I said, this video can be super long if I just keep dragging it out, but I'm gonna fast forward to Tuesday. So Tuesday was the day that my husband was supposed to get released, but before he was supposed to get released, I had to go and get the stuff out the car, guys, because the car was at the tow company, the tow yard, that came and picked the car up from the accident scene. The car was sitting there, and my insurance company was gonna come and pick the car up because my car was totaled, y'all. It was totaled. I already knew it. It is total to this day now, March 21st. It's total. We have a whole new car now, and I will do a new car video for you guys. So I needed to get some of our stuff out the car, guys. When I tell you, when I went to go to the tow yard and I saw the car, y'all, all I gotta say is, if somebody would have looked at that car at face value, you would be like, how could someone like survive this? Or you would be like, how could someone like my husband walk out with, I mean, he had injuries, but he didn't have any like life-threatening injuries. He didn't have any missing limbs or anything like that. But when you look at the car, you're like, wow, like, he was really spared. He was really, really spared, because the way that car looked, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it looked like it was not a pretty sight to see. And that day, like, I had so many emotions come over me when I went to the junkyard to go into the car and get our stuff. I had so many emotions. Like, it was an emotional experience, because it's like you can feel that energy from the accident. When you look at the car, you can feel the energy of the accident. It's kind of like I can almost feel like exactly what took place the day of the accident. Like, you could just feel that energy just boxed around the car. And then, oh my God, when I went inside the car, the energy was just even more heavy. And it was to the point where I had to like take a break and just like stop, because it was just too overwhelming. And I consider myself an empath, so I pick up on energy very heavily, whether it's positive or negative, and it affects me. So the energy of that accident and the energy in that car that was just boxed up was just like, and you think like, wow, like, my husband, he could have literally like lost his, you know, he could have lost his life in that car, you know. I just get emotional thinking about it. You know, when you just think like, I could have lost him in that, you know, and that was just crazy. So anywho, guys, I was able to get the stuff out of the car and get the license plate and everything. And it was also emotional because like I had that car for 7 years, you know, And to see that car like that, like I've grown an attachment to my car. So to see the car like that, like, and to know that I was gonna have to part ways with it after so many things in that car. Like my son grew up in that car, you know, like we've been in, guys, we've been in, that's accident number 4 I think we've been in that car. All the other accidents wasn't our fault, and our car was able to get fixed. So we've been through hell and high water in that car, y'all. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. But I grew an attachment to it. So for me to have to part ways with the car, like, that was kind of emotional for me as well. I got all of the stuff out the car. I went down to the hospital to get him because he was being discharged, and he was doing so much better. My baby coming home. I'm so happy. He's discharged. Yeah, he ended up going home, and that was pretty much, you know, everything that happened. To finish off this story time, y'all, I just wanted to give you guys some takeaways from this moment for me, my family, my husband. Guys, you have to live each day like it's your last. You know, it's so crazy when you think about it. You can be having so much fun with someone. You can be having such a good time with someone, and seconds, hours later, they could be gone. They could be gone. That's it. Gone. And what I've learned and what I hope to continue this message is to appreciate people while they're here. You know, give people their flowers while they're here. You know, we go through things in life that are unfortunate, but there's always a lesson that we learn from it. There's always a teaching in it. And those are the things that I like to look at and experience, is like, what is the teaching? What is the lesson? And one thing for me is this whole situation, it taught my husband some things, but it also taught me some things. It taught me how to, you know, really embrace the ones that I love, and to live each day like it's my last, and, you know, not to hold on to nonsense and grudges towards people. You know, if you have that person in your life where you feel that feeling like, I need to call this person, I need to check in on this person, you know what? Me and this person need to go hang out and do A, B, C, and D. Go and do it. Like, don't hesitate, because that moment of hesitation might be a moment that you regret. So what I'm saying is, like, do it. Live every day like it's your last. Live in the moment and live in the now, and respect and appreciate people while they're here on this earth. If this thing has taught me anything, it has taught me to give the ones that I love their flowers now. Like, don't wait till somebody have to pass to give them their flowers, to say nice things about them. You know, this world is just, this life is unpredictable. Like, things happen unexpectedly, and we're never ready for what the next moment may hold for us. And this is what this whole experience has taught me. I am so grateful to still have my husband, because some people don't make it out of situations like that. Some people lose their lives, you know what I'm saying? And I'm so grateful that my husband is still with me. I've seen how this stuff affected my kids. Like, my son went to school and he told his teacher, you know, that he was sad because his dad was in the hospital. My 4-year-old son, he's asking, where's daddy, where's daddy? And, you know, just those things, those are things you hold on to, and you don't want your kids to suffer through that, or your loved ones, or any of your family, or anything like that, to have them suffering from that. So I am just appreciative that he's still here with me, and I just encourage you all to give people their flowers while they're here. You know, don't let little petty things stand in the way, especially if you know you really love that person and care about that person. Like, really evaluate, you know, is this energy low vibrational? It is energy for me to hold on to, or, you know, let me just live my best life, embrace this person, embrace this moment and, you know, make it joyful and make it positive, because you never know, that may be your last time with that person. You just don't know. I know in the footage before, a week ago, I said he was going to come in the video, which I'm going to insert a clip of me actually on that day coming into the room to show you guys him resting and stuff. The most important reason why I wanted to do the video was to just teach you guys, or to inspire someone, or to just motivate someone to just live in the moment with the people that you love. Be grateful for every single day. Like, one of the things that I've also learned is just practicing gratitude, just being grateful every single day. I thank everyone again who has reached out. I know it's been like 2 to 3 weeks or so. I can't even keep track of time anymore since the incident happened. But I wanted to share this part of our lives with you guys, because I know our channel is always about like fun, and it's always about like us doing things and being happy and positive, and, you know, just having good times and good moments with each other. But I also want to share this side of our lives and show you guys, like, this is what we're going through, this is what happened to us, and this is, you know, this was tragedy for our family, but we made it through. He made it through, and I'm so ever grateful for that. I don't know what I'd do without my husband. It made me appreciate him a lot more. It helped build our relationship and our marriage. You know, it helped us see a lot of things, and hopefully in a future video he can come and tell you guys like what he learned from everything, and maybe even tell his side of the story. Anyways, you guys, this video has been long enough. If you stuck to the very end of this video, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much for being invested into this story time and into our lives, to stick around to the end. I really appreciate y'all. It's just, my mind was just all over the place with how I was going to share this story. So if it was super long, I really apologize. But I wanted to like give you guys as much as I could and give you guys as much background, because I know a lot of you guys probably like, well, what happened, or, you know, how is he, or how are you? And I just wanted to share those things from my perspective. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know, comment below and just flood my comment section with just positivity. I think we all need it. I think it's so important. I will see you guys in our next video. Thank you guys, and love y'all.